Hi everyone, my name is Bruce Sutherland. I'm the sole owner and operator of Certified Professional Inspections. Today we're at the Lee's home trying to find ways for them to save money on their energy bill this winter. With the increase in gas prices and electricity, we want to make sure that the homeowner is not spending more money than they have to keep their lives comfortable. So today we're going to do an infrared inspection on the home, on the walls, ceilings, attic, around the basement, the electrical and the heating components and the plumbing components to make sure that there's no leaks, that the furnace is operating properly, and to see if the home needs more insulation. So why don't you tag along and we'll see what we can find. So here we're looking through the infrared camera screen. The brighter and the whiter the colors are means the warmer the temperature, and the darker black, blues, purples means cooler temperature. So outside right now we're at about 48 to 50 degrees and we're about 70, 71 degrees on the inside. So we have a good temperature difference between the outside and inside to help show us the efficiency of the inside of the home. A lot of the times when we're scanning with infrared, you have to be aware of the anomalies that can happen. We can get reflections off metal, glass, reflections off the walls from the sun. So the education required to do one of these inspections is very critical because we have to know what we're looking at. Otherwise, we could call something out that there's not even a problem with. And a lot of times in homes, we'll see what's called thermal bridging. You can see vertical dark lines in the wall. And what that's an indication of is the cold air is transferring from the materials outside through the wood materials, the studs, and then slightly cooling off the drywall. We can tell we have insulation between the studs, but we don't have any insulation outside of the wall system. You want the insulation between the studs, but you also want that insulation on the outside of the wall to keep the thermal bridging from happening. Okay, here we're in the kitchen, and the exterior door is an old wood paneled door. And you can see dark purple on the edges. We have a little bit of gap in the door. Not too bad though, but we might want to take a look at those door seals, see if they're old, maybe compressed, and see if we need to put in new so we can keep this cold air from coming in. Looks like the threshold is in really good shape, no cold air coming from down there, and that's usually the big spot where the cold air will come in. Here's how much difference an insulated door can make to a glass panel door. Is you see the front door here is pretty much probably 80% glass, and you can see all that cold air coming in here. We're in here in one of the bedrooms. It is a little cooler here in the rest of the house. The homeowners complained that this room is one of the coldest in the house, so we're checking the register to make sure that we have heat through the system. Right here we got heat coming out of the register. We want to maybe check a damper or the furnace. This is an exterior wall. This is a single story with a double story attached, so it looks like maybe some insulation has fallen in the wall cavities, or they didn't do that great of a job insulating this exterior wall. So this is definitely an area that's probably keeping this room a little cooler than the rest of them. We want to get an insulation guy in here, take a further look, and get this insulation increased so that the baby's room here can be a little bit more comfortable for the little one. Okay, we're down here in the basement. Workroom. We've got an exterior wall here and some old windows. It looks like the upstairs windows have been replaced last couple decades. This one here is old aluminum. And as you can see here, a lot of times we do get a little cold spot around the edges, but this one here, we've got some cold air blowing in from the corners. So that's just a sign that the windows are old. Time to maybe take a look at the outside to see if we can seal it up better from the cold air, or maybe just recommend maybe upgrading the windows. Okay, so here we're looking at the hot water heater. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'm also looking at all the electrical through here. So we're still here in the crawl space, taking a look at some of the duct work for the furnace. We just want to make sure the air isn't blowing underneath the floor system, wasting any of the good hot air. Attic hatches are usually the worst place for heat loss. A lot of people don't put insulation on the covers, which should be, but this one looks pretty well sealed. So we've got a pretty good insulation base on top of this access hatch. If you ever go into your attic and that insulation bat is on top, make sure that goes back on there when you come back down so that you keep this area insulated. We got the energy efficiency inspection done across the wall, ceiling, attic, foundation, whatnot, and found a couple areas for the homeowner to improve. Good, we found what we came to look for, and we found some areas for the homeowner to invest a little bit of money into to make the home a lot more comfortable and less money to heat and cool. Other great things that we can use this thermography tool for is looking for plumbing leaks to make sure the hot and cold water are in the proper position, make sure we don't have any leaks in the drains, Sometimes it's hard to see, you know, underneath the kitchen sinks and bathroom sinks can be dark. This will pick up any anomalies that we may have. So we've got a good sealed system here. No concerns. We're here on the outside of the house taking a look at the electrical panel. I do want to take a look at these when I'm doing the other inspection, just to make sure while I'm here that there's no overheating of the electrical components. Make sure the home is safe for the occupants. Wiring looks good. So it is a little bit overheating, but until we actually take the temperature of the individual breakers, it may not be an issue. So this is the first tool to use to look for any anomalies. We may have one here at this 30 amp. So now what I'm going to do is take a heat gun and I'm going to measure all of these breakers for temperature. Okay, we're all done with the energy infrared inspection on this home for the Lees. If you're interested in getting your home evaluated to help you save money and to make your home more comfortable to live in, give me a call. I can help you out.